You are seeing the effects of sea level rise on our coastline, barrier islands that protect you at risk of disappearing.
I think it's really important that as many people as possible see firsthand these things that we're seeing. The water.
That is Congressman Francis Rooney, who joined up with 35 of his constituents and a group of scientists from Florida Gulf Coast University to see the effects of sea level rise firsthand.
They went to Key Waden, a barrier island off the coast of Naples. NBC2 investigator Rachel Polanski was the only television reporter invited to attend.
The strategy has always been to leave Key Waden Island alone, let it behave naturally without manipulation, and see what happens related to sea level rise. Well, scientists say what they're seeing is something that we should all be concerned about.
In here. There we go.
Scientists, students, and community leaders.
Got a hand if anybody needs it. We have a throw ring in the front of the boat.
A group of mostly strangers boarded a pontoon boat in Naples and set sail for Key Waden, a barrier island that protects Southwest Florida coastal communities.
Key Waden Island is a great laboratory for looking at the effects of climate change, sea level rise and storminess.
That's Dr. Michael Savarese, an FGCU professor, often considered the expert's expert on sea level rise.
We're here mostly to help you understand what's going on.
As we tour the island,
We're on Key Waden Island.
it looks like any ordinary beach to my untrained eyes.
We are going to go south.
But Dr. Savarese calls it an island on the move. And when I ask him what he means by that, he says the island is literally moving in response to sea level rise and storms.
We saw trees that used to be behind the dune now in standing water because everything in front of the trees, dunes and beach, have eroded away, and that part of the island's been eroded back.
So why should you care? Well, if sea level rise continues at its current rate, Key Waden will keep eroding. If sea level rise increases, Key Waden could actually drown. And without Key Waden, Southwest Florida loses that protection.
Well, it's an important issue for all Floridians.
And Congressman Francis Rooney says that's a big concern.
I think this points out very poignantly the risks to our barrier islands of loss of dunes, the loss of protection. And you know, if we were to lose all these barrier islands, then inshore would be vulnerable to rising water. We'll probably get some rain tomorrow.
Over the last year, he's emerged as a leader on climate change. Not because of political pressure, he says, but because of science.
I just don't think we can deny so much of the evidence that's been put up by so many scientists all around the world that despite the fact that both man and nature have inputs into some of the changes that are happening, man's had a big role.
Congressman Rooney says now he's encouraging other Republicans to see what's happening for themselves. And Dr. Savarese says that's the best thing he can do, because seeing is believing.
I can talk to you about it and to your viewers, but to have your viewers actually out here and stand on it and look at it is pretty impactful.
Last fall, several leaders from Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties decided to form a regional collaboration to focus on fighting climate-related challenges and solutions. So far, they've had one formal meeting, but I'm told they plan to keep those discussions going. For the NBC2 investigators, I'm Rachel Polanski.